When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's
Ciao and welcome back to Pastamore, Pasta with Love. This time on Pastamore, I want to do a full version of the recipe that you may or may not have seen on Fox 61 as they interviewed me yesterday for their segment of cooking. But I only had a short time. I had like 4 or 5 minutes to showcase the whole recipe. So I decided to build this recipe so you could see the full version of it from start to finish. And hopefully it'll answer any questions that weren't provided in that quick short TV segment. So what we're going to do is a fresh pea, TriColor fresh pea agnolotti, and in the honor of Easter, in the honor of spring. So Buona Pasqua, everyone. So when we think of spring, what do we think of? We think pastel, bright colors. We think fresh peas, light flavors, just to celebrate the coming of spring. So again, I'm not going to go through the whole striping of the pasta. We've seen it several times. I have one started here. So what I have is beet pasta, spinach pasta, and egg pasta. Again, I have my base sheet. I've started the striping. I cut thicker fettuccine noodles, okay, and because this is all going to get thin as it gets rolled out. So let me just continue just to refresh you on the striping. My base sheet is an egg sheet. I have pre-moistened it with a little bit of water, and now I am just attaching my fettuccine strips. Okay, this is going to represent our stripes. Okay, and so we just want to get them down on there and then continue on until we reach the end of our striped dough. So we pretty much have what we need right here. Again, I want to trim up, okay, the ends. Trim up the sides. Okay, so this is out of the way. Once again, if you recall, we just put a little pressure on that sheet so the stripes will embed into the base dough. Okay, so what we've got here is our colors, okay? And we got our KitchenAid that we're going to run this back through, creating the beautiful striped pasta effect. There we go. You can see it gets lighter and lighter as we pass through, creating the more of that pastel Easter look to it. Beautiful. And don't forget how this color is going to pop once it gets in the boiling water. So we should have about one more pass through of our sheet. Again, we don't want it too thick because we're going to fold it over and we're going to double the edges, so we want to make sure the pasta is thin enough for our agnolotti. So here we have our finished pasta sheet, okay, gorgeous. Now, in order to make the agnolotti, I need 5 nice circles, okay. So I use my biscuit cutter, which has serrated edges, so to give a little bit more interesting look to it. You don't have to do that. Any round cutter will do the job. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because 5 is odd number, and we work in odd numbers when we do our presentations. So we have 4, we need one more. Okay, so we have our 5, and this could get re-rolled, and we could do something else with this later on. Okay, so I'm going to turn them over because you got to remember this is the outside, so when this gets filled we want to make sure that the bright colors are on the outside. Okay, I'm not sure if you remember how we made the beet pasta. Basically you can do one of 2 ways. You can roast the beets in the oven until they're soft and pureeable, or you can boil them. Boiling adds a little bit more liquid to it, so you may not want that moisture in there. So roasting takes longer, that's the problem. Alright, so once you get it roasted, you puree it, you add it to your flour with your eggs, and then you have a beautiful beet dough. Okay, so again we're going to just brush our edges lightly. Okay, and I'm going to take, I have a pea puree here. So I took a pound of baby peas, frozen. Okay, you can buy fresh and you can cook them and then puree them. In the interest of time, I took the frozen 1 pound bag. I pureed it with an 8-ounce container of mascarpone cheese. Okay, to that I added salt, pepper, nutmeg, blended it again, and got it till it was nice and smooth. So we have a beautiful color here. Okay, and we are going to just do a nice dollop in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to fold towards us, okay, in half. At this point it's looking much like an empanada, a turnover. Okay, so in Italy the word agnolotti takes a couple different forms. Depending on which region you are, this is the form that you may see as an agnolotti. Okay, if you're in the extreme north, the agnolotti totally looks different. It's like these little short, little envelope packets of ravioli, but they're all raviolis in some form. Okay, so I sealed it. Okay, and I want to go back and make sure, because we don't want any of that beautiful filling to leak out on us. And you can see I kind of angled those stripes so that it would have just a little bit more interesting look to the final outcome. So, sealed. So obviously, once you get your dough done, the rest is like 5 minutes, okay? So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, of our agnolotti. Alright? So, my water isn't quite boiling yet, my salted water. I'm going to make a sauce. Remember, when you have a presentation like this, you want to make sure that you don't pair it with a heavy dark sauce that will not show off the colors. So what I'm going to do is really simple. I have some chicken broth. I'm going to thicken it slightly with a slurry, which is cornstarch and cold water, and cook the ravioli, simmer them in that light chicken glaze, finish it with some fresh whole butter, and then garnish it with some baby peas, some pea tendrils, and I have this amazing slaw that I made from a watermelon radish. If you haven't seen these before, pretty amazing. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like a mini watermelon, okay? But it is the texture and flavor of a radish. It's a little bit on the sweeter side. It doesn't have that bite that regular radishes do, okay? So I just made strips, thin strips of this radish, and look at the colors. They represent the white, the pink, and the green, much as like we have here. So that's going to come together and make a beautiful, simple presentation for our Easter agnolotti. My water is at a boil, which is good, but in the meantime, let me get the sauce. Okay, so I have about a pint of chicken stock here. Okay, that I'm going to, it's always important, and when you're thickening any sauce, is to bring it up to the boil and have it simmering before you add any thickener to it. Okay, so this won't take very long. So I have my garnishes. Alright, that out of the way. Now these can be made, let's say Easter's coming in less than 2 weeks. You can make these ahead of time, throw them in the freezer, Easter dinner. You want to do a nice appetizer even. So you can pull them right out of the freezer, right into the boiling water, right into your sauce. Now what else could you do with this sauce? I could put, maybe it could be a cream, a very light cream sauce. Okay, it could just simply be olive oil or butter and saute these. So just remember, whatever you do, keep it on the light side. Okay. All right. So my stock is heating up. Okay, I want to make sure it's very lightly seasoned. Okay. I'm going to take and I'm going to drop in. I have a rapid boil over here for my ravioli, my agnolotti. Okay, and again, this is going to make, these colors are just going to pop. Alright, we'll just let those go, let those simmer. And I want to have my plate here, because here's how we're going to finish this dish. So I'm going to take this beautiful slaw, alright, and I have it seasoned a little bit with salt and pepper, and I'm just going to put this right in the center of my plate. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of these pea tendrils, these pea shoots, just lean them right up against, okay, and then we'll finish it with our peas. We have a simmer over here. Okay, we're going to add our slurry, and you always want to add it a little bit at a time, because you'll put too much, it gets too thick. Right, so we're going to add probably about half of this and just see where our, because we just want to where the consistency where it coats the ravioli and doesn't create this really thick gummy sauce in here. It's all about finesse with this dish. Nice shiny glaze. I think that'll probably be perfect right there. You could put a little fresh mint in here. Mint and peas go really well together. So look what we got there. We have this really beautifully nappe sauce. Okay. Our raviolis are floating. I'm going to transfer our agnolotti. Look how beautiful those are. And I go right from the water right to the pot, as always. Right? No putting them in a strainer. And I'm just going to coat them in here ever so slightly. I'm going to shut off that heat. Now, I'm adding the butter right at the end, and I'm just going to swirl this butter in. That's going to give it that richness, that shine, a little color, and it's going to finish these with a really nice flavor. So the star of the show really is the pasta and the filling. Okay, so we don't want to mask it with a really, really strong, heavy sauce. Okay. Get our pea tendrils. And we're going to just go around a little bit of this sauce. And then one at a time, we're going to plate our agnolotti. These colors are coming together beautifully. And you want to remember to keep your raviolis all going symmetrically around the plate. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agnolotti. I'm going to go back now and just drizzle a little more of that sauce. Right over our plate. Okay, a little bit more of the fresh pea tendrils. Okay, and then just to finish, just a smattering of peas up on top. So you get that shine, okay? What you're getting is that shine off of that glaze from the slurry, okay? And this makes for a very, very nice, delicate appetizer or a light lunch or a brunch for Easter, okay? All representing springtime. So I hope you like this dish. I hope you maybe are adventurous enough to try it. Okay, I'm here to answer any questions if you need help, but please enjoy the week, enjoy your holiday, Buona Pasqua, Happy Easter to all my friends out there, and I'll see you next time on Pastamore. Ciao ciao.